So, on the war between Russia and Ukraine, right? And now we have North Korea. These are three officials. Officially, Russia, United States of America, Ukraine. NATO is there in spirit in many other ways, and assistance in many other ways, but not physically there on the field. Now, when Russia got into it initially with Ukraine, what was the objective of Russia? The objective of Russia could have been quite a few, actually. But from on the surface of the objectives that we saw, and the ones that's supposed to be apparent, was that he wanted to take Ukraine and make it a part of Russia. Now, when I heard that in 2021, I was like, this isn't going to last long, is it? Oh, this will be over before you know it. That's what I thought, just based off of what I knew about Russia and being a superpower. Turns out it's been dragged out over half a decade now, about a half a decade now. So instead of just giving up, right? If that's what he planned, when NATO started giving their assistance, what happened? Did Russia say, well, I guess because all these civilians have these weapons now and some food and the money and the finances and stuff like that to put up a fucking fight, we just our military might can't take them out, even though a lot of them, vast majority of them weren't actual soldiers or military men. Could be that the assistance of NATO is really keeping them above water, so to speak. Could be that it's really not. Could be just like I said, a cat and mouse game they're playing, and they decided to play at some point. Either initially that was the expectation that NATO would interfere, or it wasn't an expectation, but now they interfered. Now they're doing something different and playing chess, because you made a move, now they got to make a move. Could be they're just dragging you along, dragging NATO along. Either way, they didn't give up. Whether they're playing cat and mouse or they still want the damn country, they never gave up. What they did was formed an alliance with North Korea, and perhaps Iran as well. It looks like. And so, given that, I don't think that means they're wanting to give up just because NATO's giving assistance to Ukraine. So how long do you think that's going to last? This assistance from here's $1 billion more and $1 billion more and $1 billion more for what? For Russia to eventually say, well, we're going to give up. So you're going back to North Korea, and we're done with it after all this investment, because the United States of America, NATO, said we're not going to have it. Well, it sounds like either you're going to have to do something different than what you're doing right now. I don't know how much longer you're going to do this, and I think the next move, as far as Ukraine goes, or wherever we want to make the move, is on the United States of America, or NATO in general. What do you think? So if you give up now and bail out as a NATO, that means essentially you were at war with North Korea and Russia. It's a form of war. It really is. You've taken sides, and you've allowed them. If they're saying that really put up a good fight because you gave them the assistance that you gave them. Either way, you're saying you're on the side of Ukraine, and you're putting up all this for Ukraine to stay in it. So if you bail out at this point, what does that mean? If you stick to it the way you're sticking to it, don't do any more than what you're doing. What does that mean? Gotta ask some hard-hitting questions. Man, this is silly shit to me. I think you have choices. That's what I think. And I think time is of the essence. Once again, I think Ukraine is a valuable resource. And I think you're dwindling away those resources by the day by allowing those men to sit out there and just, unless they're going to let them sit out there and play cat and mouse for a while, or what other resources are you dwindling then? What's the death rate anyway? What's the death toll anyway? Does it look practical? Because they could very well make it practical, so it doesn't look like a straight up fucking game. sure that it's practical. If you ask me, that should have been gone. That should have been over a long time ago. Without NATO, it wouldn't have even gone on a damn month, perhaps. Maybe a little bit longer than a month. But just because NATO's giving assistance, it's going to go on for what, 20 goddamn years? Kim Jong-un probably doesn't have that long to see victory. Or doesn't want to take that long to see victory, if that's what he's got in mind. First victory they got in mind is Ukraine. Let them have it, or don't. Either way, you'll find out what the result is when they make a fucking move. I start making a lot of fucking moves, and I start doing it fast. That's what I do. Or some kind of move.